Hello, my name is Austin, and today we are going to do an overview of the Scurto Marketing CMS or Content Management System. We have separate videos on each of the different aspects of our CMS so you can learn more about each of them, but this video is mainly meant to provide a basic overview of what our CMS can do. Our proprietary CMS, as you can see there, was developed over the past 13 years to work specifically with HomeAway software. And as you might know, your CMS or content management system is really the backbone of your website. It's how you update information on your site at its basic. The goal, though, with our content management system is to create an easy to use interface that allows you to effectively market your properties online. So it gives you the tools to do that. While your software will manage things like your accounting and maintenance management, things like that, our CMS is built mainly to help market your properties online. So before we get started, it's important to realize how this works. Um, your CMS is really your middle ground between your software and your website. So with our CMS, you're able to pick and choose which items you want to sync from your software to your CMS, and thus ultimately to your website. So it's like a river, it flows from your software to your website. Looking at our CMS as it relates to this, if we go to settings, you can see the different softwares here. Well, you can choose which options you want to sync automatically with your software. Things like you can turn off descriptions, rates, restrictions, turn days, titles, things that you might want to manage on your CMS and not your software. This is important to understand because it provides a ton of flexibility as to the information that you want to display on your site versus third-party channels or your software. So diving into the CMS, if we go to our home here, we can see under this section what we've been brewing. Part of our support to our clients is to keep the CMS updated. Since we developed it in-house, we are constantly making updates. Anything from different clients' requests to back-end SEO changes as Google constantly is changing, and maybe even just ease of use changes. So you can see those, what we've done basically lately here. First, looking into the Rentals tab. We have a dashboard, but let's look at units. This is where property-related information is fed from your software and then managed here from the CMS. So how much you use these tabs here really depends on what you choose to sync with your software. If you sync everything with your software, then rates, restrictions, turn days, adjustments, availability really just becomes pass-through information. But to give you an idea of what kind of things you can edit, if we go to open a unit here, uh, we can see how you have photos, you can upload them in bulk, you can export them even, you can change their position that they display on the website, you can provide an override caption for SEO purposes, but also we can display this information on top of the image. This address here, this is usually fed in through, but sometimes Google doesn't place the pin correctly, so you're able to relocate that pin and exactly where it belongs. Again, features like bedrooms, bathrooms is all pass-through information, but you can override it. And then of course you have the content, which is the description for that property, and then the availability that fed through. So we're just kind of in a preview mode, but if we edit this property, you can see that all of these features and fields are editable. Priority, we can use this for a number of different things. We can set this up to display a property maybe as a featured property on the home page using the priority, or just the level at which that property displays in a listing. You can deactivate a property real quick. We'll get into associations a little bit, but you can do this per property, associate the location-based destination, community, subdivision, or complex per property here. These are the SEO fields, so page title, meta tags, meta keywords. Tags is a way to divide up pages into different groupings that we can set up on the front end. This is what we call our WYSIWYG editor, and that what you see is what you get. It's a full code editor also, but you can change styles, bold, add links, hyperlinks, add images, PDFs, really anything you want to do within the description area of a property details page. So, as we said, rates, restrictions, turns, adjustments, availability really can be managed 100% through our CMS, but for accounting reasons, many of our clients, especially with rates, will sync that with their software. Um, so you can go look at a different video to get into more detail of that. Custom data is really cool in that you know, this can be used to customize fields for individual properties. Allows you to add advanced search options. Anything like, let's say, add to this list here, hot tubs, pet friendly, kid friendly, anything you want, you can add as a custom field, and then you can, per property, add a value to that field. So there's a lot of flexibility here as far as how you can make a user search for their properties and check boxes for advanced search fields and things like that. So all of which you can do on the fly. Our next tab here is reviews. Really, reviews becomes your home base for all of your reviews. You can manually add reviews like this up here, but we also integrate with Flipkey or TripAdvisor. You can create custom rules to determine if a review shows up or not. Things like maybe a review doesn't show up on your website unless if it's 5 stars or higher, or maybe a manager has to reply to that review first, and so on. Floor plans under the Rentals tab initially was just used to integrate with TruePlace, which were formerly Mouse on House, but we've actually developed our own floor plan system that allows you to upload a PDF or image of a floor plan and then image map individual rooms, assign pictures to them, and so it keeps a user on your website and allows them to virtually look through a floor plan of a house. Last section here under reports that's of note is here you can create custom reports to fill any gaps within maybe your analytics or your software to help you make marketing decisions. My favorite one here is this rental comparison. So per complex, or maybe just you want to compare all your 4 bedrooms, you're able to look at each one on how many views, quotes, book pages, and bookings that property got. So it's really good to help show maybe owners that there's other similar properties you have and how they are doing in comparison. This is just dummy data, so it's just filling in basic information. So again, that is all then broken down here in a metric form. All right, so under reservations, we have a dashboard here which gives you some good tools. You'll see concentric throughout the whole website or CMS is this date range filter. Here you're able to put in a date range, make some additional options, and apply it to anything you see on this page. So here we're able to see how many bookings you had, online, offline, nights, rent revenue. All this information is fed from your software, but we try to display it in a way that helps you make decisions like on do you need to run a promo, things like that, or how you're doing compared to last year. Bookings is just a list of all of your bookings that you can look up information on what that booking included, maybe the contact information. Inquiries is if you use our system to manage your third-party inquiries like Flipkey, HomeAway, things like that. All of those can be fed into here, or of course, the contact us inquiries can be a place to manage that. The board is a pretty useful tool as it allows you to, we don't have it hooked up to actual data right now, but you can go by month and see what percentage, either per complex or across your whole company, that you are booked. So it'll show the darker red that week is or that day is, the more booked you are. So real quick, you're able to look through and find gaps or holes in your bookings and maybe make decisions on running specials or other marketing means. Under reports for reservations, we have 2 basic reports here, but we can create custom ones for you where you filter it through a date range and look at things like revenue or revenue per site. If we go into the content section, which is really the core of the CMS, under web pages, you can edit literally every page of your website. Um, Many of these pages are added on the fly or dynamically based on fields like category or tags. So things like blogs, listings, and events can all be added to your website on the fly, so you don't need to call us to be able to add web pages to your site. If we look under groupings, here we have the different, as we talked about before, the different ways to break up your properties based on locations. So it's a hierarchy system where complexes belong to subdivisions, which can belong to a community, which then can belong to a destination. Uh, so by assigning a unit to a complex, then it automatically is then assigned to whatever subdivision, community, or destination that you've assigned that complex to. So this is useful in that you can create landing pages for SEO purposes uh, for each of these different types of location-based terms that somebody might type in. And it always gives a user a call to action, and that it will display the units that you have assigned to these locations at the bottom of the page. Uh, this can also be used for a way for a location-based way to search for properties. So maybe if they know, what kind of area they're looking for, you can lay out their search based on location and not just a listing of every property that you have. Maybe by selling them on the complex and the units or the features that that complex has, and then the next step is to choose a unit within that complex. If we go to categories here, this is recently added. This is a way to put simply, you can go back and create keyword-based landing pages based on tags or categories. So say you want to make a page that's all about pet friendly. We can use the tags and categories to tie in all related pages, whether it's a blog, a listing, or event, all into one page. And to give you an idea of what that looks like, if we go into just any old page here, again, just like a property detail page, you can add photos, videos, associate it with other web pages. If we edit this page, you can see that you can choose the website. So the CMS can control multiple websites from one location. You put in a title of that page, hide it if you want to, again a priority, the content of that page, and then associate the units. So if you're building a complex, you can associate the individual units that belong to that complex. All right, under specials, this tab provides you really everything you need to manage your specials. You can choose when the special appears and disappears off of the site. You can hide it, maybe for like exclusive email marketing. Still provides you a URL that's just not browsable. You can choose the limitations on the special, like the valid arrival dates or the minimum nights. You can even change the error someone receives if they try to book a promo outside of your parameters that you've set here. So a lot of flexibility as far as that goes in creating specials. The start and end date is actually when that special appears and disappears off of your website, so you don't have to set a separate Outlook calendar. Again, you can add uh, images or videos to that special. Packages, this is also fairly new. This can be used to build out items to upsell a booking. You can enter anything you like, from lift tickets to like beach chairs. You set the price here within this package, give it a description, even the sales tax, and then we can offer these packages in different ways on the front end of your site. Perhaps, let's say at checkout, it asks them if they want to add a few things onto their reservation. And then from there, it's just a page built out that allows them to select those options, gives them an additional total that you will run on their credit card or however which way you want to. Real estate and associations, we have separate videos on those, but our CMS, as we said, can also manage other websites. So this is where we can add these tabs onto your CMS and then manage your real estate site, your association site, or whatever site you need to manage. My favorite tab is the email tab. Here we are able to see three different types of, or create three different types of email systems. We first have a automatic response email. This sends an email out on a scheduled basis on the reservation. So upon maybe confirmation of the reservation. Maybe you send an email out 2 weeks out. Maybe you send an email on the arrival day or during their stay or after. So all of which we can merge in pertinent information into that email. So you can see the different possibilities here as far as how you can build out an email. So a pre-arrival, you can merge in information like what the weather's going to be like, maybe tell them what events are going on in the area during their stay. A post-departure is useful in that you can ask for reviews. A post-arrival, or once they, maybe a day or two after they get to their condo or wherever they're going, you can ask them if everything's okay, if they need any maintenance. So that really helps in cutting down bad reviews. Pre-departure, we have guests or clients that use that to actually um, use our system to check to see if there's any availability after their stay, and then give them an incentive to stay longer. The second type of email that we offer is a post activity. So this email actually starts under the People tab. We have under People and then Activity. This, once hooked up to a live website, will provide you a log of anyone and everyone who is on your website, even live right now. So how this works is anytime somebody gives us any of their information, whether they're a past guest, they sign up through the Contact Us form, they fill out the newsletter sign up form, whatever which way they give you your information, we're able to place a cookie on their computer, and then from that point on, we can track their progress on your site. Really view how long or how far along in the booking process they got. So did they just view a property? Did they get as far as quoting a stay, or did they even visit a book page? As soon as they book, they're removed from this list. Then the next step we took it to is under this email tab, and then under emails, we can create an email a post activity email that automatically sends an email to them uh, maybe the next morning. So they get as far along as getting to the book page, but they don't actually book the property. What happened? Was it something wrong with the website? Was it something wrong with the property? It doesn't matter. We can send them an email the next morning asking them or providing them an incentive to go ahead and book, or just asking if there's anything that we can do to help them along with that process. The third type of email system is our post inquiry. So this is where we can intercept emails from third-party systems like HomeAway or VRBO or FlipKey, and we're able to respond with an inquiry immediately after they send that inquiry in. We're able to provide similar options if the property is not available, and then based on the fields that they enter, we can provide them a direct link to book that property online. Of course, under email and then reports, we'll show you a log and queue and how your emails are doing as far as responses and emails sent. Under the People tab, here is where you can initially just manage all of your staff members, set permission levels for different people within your company as far as what they can see and do within our CMS. Owners, view a list of all your guests. Sources is extremely useful for marketing. We can create sources of people. So whether they came from HomeAway, maybe they checked the box on their newsletter sign-up form that they're interested in last-minute deals. Whatever source you want to create, we can create it within this CMS. And then you can, from there, filter that group of people based on those fields. So we can filter and export a CSV file of people that created an account with your website through these dates. Maybe we want to filter it further that I only want to see people arriving between these dates. Or maybe I don't want to send an email to people that are arriving between these dates. Maybe if they already booked, you don't want to send them a special. But maybe you can filter it even more by these custom sources we can create. Here's just the basic ones, but so these can be checkboxes for anything and everything you want it to be on information that we know about that user. You can filter the report to see maybe people that have only stayed in certain units. We can filter the report to see people that are from certain states or that they've actually subscribed to the newsletter. And we actually integrate with MailChimp also, so This can either be a CSV file or you can export it directly into MailChimp and you don't have to upload it. You can even import guests. So let's say if you do a Facebook campaign and you get a bunch of email addresses that way, you can import those into here so that way they're all grouped in. This becomes your home base for all of your leads. We already went over the activity. The reports under people is useful, and this little report is one of my favorites. You're able to, through this date range, view what searched arrival days people are searching for. So not that they've booked, this is just when somebody goes to your website and types in or searches for a certain date range. So what ultimately this report will show is highs and lows of when people are planning on coming or visiting you. Not even based off of bookings yet. So it can help you determine when and where you need to run specials or promos. That's pretty much it. So if you go under the miscellaneous, these are different tools that we can use. You can upload documents straight to the server. Under settings, we started here with under software and being able to choose which things you want to sync or don't want to sync. The customer profile, you can set parameters for the whole website, like arrival buffers and things like that. Websites can control multiple fields, and we slightly touched on custom fields. So this is the brief overview of our CMS. Last but not least, really this little question mark here allows you to create a support ticket. If you have issues with any of the above tabs or something changes, you can let us know, fill this out. You can even take a screenshot of the page you're on and submit it. And it goes to multiple people within our company based on your subject to get that handled for you as quickly as possible. Being a smaller company, we really take a lot of pride in being able to respond extremely quickly to any support tickets that are created. So that's the quick overview of our Scurto Marketing CMS. It's an extremely powerful tool to help manage and market your properties online. And we have a lot of large clients that love it because it's set up to where you can completely control or run their website on their own. But we also have a lot of smaller clients that are looking to grow because this really provides them a tool that they can show potential owners and see they can see things that maybe none of their other competition are doing. Like I said, you can view one of our other videos that focus in on each of the CMS tabs, or you can always give us a call and we can review this CMS with you and show you how it can help meet your goals. Well, appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Hope to talk to you soon.